Abundance, my people, supreme. Abundance. Supreme. Abundance, my people, supreme. Abundance. 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 Abundance, my people. Abundance. So here we go, right here. Here's the question, because I get messages here and there, and I'm going to see if I'm going to get someone to challenge me intellectually, because there's nothing wrong being challenged intellectually. See, we find nothing being wrong being challenged athletically when it comes to boxing, basketball, football, all the violent shit that shocks the brain and stops it from developing correctly. So my question is to you is, can anyone name anything that is plaguing so-called black people from growing, expanding, intellectually, spiritually, and physically? Can anyone name anything that is going on with so-called our people today that DNA is not the answer to? I knew I was gonna get that shit out. Why somebody was like, I don't want to talk about that. Anything that's plaguing so-called black people individually and collectively. Let's just go with that. Individually, and it's a fact, true, to be honest with you, think about it. Individually and collectively, from holding us back. Spiritually, physically, intellectually. Anything can anyone name anything that doesn't go back to the core of DNA? I'll sip my juice. I'll sip my juice. That's why they shadow banning the shit out of my videos. See? Kala ain't playing no game. Sex, that goes back to genetics too, because sex tell us what we should be doing. Sex, to our genetic makeup tell us how we should be having sex. So let's give me an example. And Tiffany said this. So it was a sister that mentioned this. So I thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. So because she said this, I'm going to answer it. So people be like, oh, Kala, you just, no, I'm going to answer it. So sex goes back to our genetics. So let's give the main purpose on this planet, if anyone can tell me anything other than that, is to continue the cycle of life. To continue the cycle of life. You working a job, you getting money, that's someone else's idea. That is a man's idea that you yourself have turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to. And it wasn't God or the Most High. Let's just say that. And that's a fact. You can go trace money back. So anyway, now let's go with the genetic makeup of women. No, let's start with males first. As a male, once I hit puberty, once I hit an age where as though that now my sperm can fertilize a egg, right? Which we don't fertilize eggs. Black women, you don't have eggs. You're not an animal. So just so that you know that. But once it fertilized for educational purposes and awareness purposes, your egg, once I reach that age, I can now fertilize or get a woman pregnant 6 days after I'm 6 feet under. So I could be 120 and still get a woman pregnant. I can be 120. I can be 200 years old. I can literally be laying on a hospital bed and I don't even have to get an erection. You can actually take sperm from me as long as I got life in my body. Now that's a biological fact. I'm not making that up. That's a fact. That's a fact. So I can be whatever age, long as I still got life in this body, I can still spark the portal the life travels through. Now, Tiff, let me go back over there too, because you said sex. So let me go over that. So I answered your question with males. Let's go over to females. When do it's called geriatric pregnancy kick in with y'all? Around 35, 40? It's hard for you to have that baby, walk around with that baby and reassure your life as well as the child's life, So all the women that are over 40 years old and that are having sex more than 3 times a month, you're thirsty. Hey, Tiff asked the question. I'm just giving an answer. Now, according to biology, you're thirsty. I didn't say it. So don't think matter of fact, let me correct that because I did say you're thirsty. But according to biology, you're thirsty. Now, let me just say this to you because there are some very, very, black don't crack. There are some beautiful, amazing 40-plus-year-old women out here. Let me tell you that. Those sisters, let me tell you something. You holistic sisters, god damn. You shit rainbows walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? So let me just tell you that. I'm not a person that says, age matters except for maturity. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, granted, when black folks say we age don't matter, we understand that we ain't at the fucking playground. You understand what I'm saying to you? We ain't walking around with little balloons and motherfucking taffies looking for somebody. So we understand when we say age doesn't matter to a certain extent. We talk about grown folk shit, adult shit, 21, 20 and over. You understand? So when a man said, I want a younger female, that's, she has more to give to a man that is somewhat stable, that is working towards things. Because now she not only can give him pleasure, she now can give him a bloodline. He can carry on his bloodline. You see what I'm saying to you? Because every man bloodline on this planet don't deserve to go forward. You think, no disrespect, I'm not trying to be smart, I keep it real. You think Saucy Santana bloodline deserve to go forward? You think RuPaul bloodline deserve to go forward? That shit needs to be cut off 3 motherfucking times and then set on fire and then cut off again. Hell is you talking about? That shit needs to be gone. What's wrong with you? That bloodline needs to be cut the fuck off. He done had too many rape experiences in his genetics. Kala, get the fuck up off of here. Damn, that nigga bloodline comes down nothing but faggots. God damn, everybody been raped in this blood. Anytime you see a black man that's outright, I mean, he just cold all out with it. That's a bloodline. That bloodline was that nigga was raped. He was chained down. He was experimenting on sexually. That bloodline needs to be removed. That don't deserve to go forward. So getting back to what I was stating, but that has the same, that all, revolves around that. Women that are what you would consider, and women that are younger are practicing what women that are older should be doing. And women that are older are now wanting to practice what ancient women wanted to do. Just sit the fuck down. Cause I can't, if I twerk, I might slip a disc. You know what I'm saying? I can't move like that no more. Seriously. It's completely in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Completely in reverse. So what I'm saying again is that name something that doesn't go back to genetics. Everything goes back to genetics. And we refuse to look at that. When you talk about where we from, our history, where we from. Okay, let's go to genetics. Prokaryotic cell. Where's the prokaryotic cell from? You don't even have a date on the prokaryotic cell. And that's physical. How the fuck could you have a date on my soul? can't even they estimating. Well, the Earth was made 4.5 billion years ago. That's when Earth was formed, 4.5. Well, let's just go with that there. And everything you see now today was there 4.5 billion years ago. It just recycled itself. So anyway, yo, he talking about I'm driving chill, bro. Name something that we can, and look, once we go to genetics, we ain't gotta talk about Christopher Columbus and if the niggas was here before his shits got on the motherfucking sword. We ain't gotta talk about where the shit's at that the slaves was in. We just go to DNA. And then you say, well, nigga, if you couldn't even keep yourself warm and keep fleas and ticks and keep yourself disease free, how the fuck did you build the boat? How did you build the boat? Where did you get the idea to build the boat from? Monkeys don't think about building boats. Fruit flies and zebrafish and chickens don't think about building boats. Where did they get the idea from? Yo, man, oh boy, you better stop playing with me. That's why they shadow ban my videos. Yo, I hate this nigga Kalai. I hate this nigga Kalai. All you want to talk about is genetics. Everything you see revolves around genetics. Everything you do revolves around genetics. How you grow, how your experiences is through genetics. So how we just push that to the side and talk about 1519? How the fuck we push genetics to the side and talk about human zoos in 1958? How we push that to the side and talk about Sandra Barton or Henrietta Lacks? How the fuck we push genetics? If we go to genetics, none of the other shit would be going on. Oh, we got STDs out here. Really? Show me where elephants got gonorrhea, chlamydia. Show me herpes. Show me where the elephants got that at. Show me the ants that got STDs. You know, animals won't even procreate with one another because they can sense illnesses and sicknesses. Now, a female will look at you and be like, oh, no, nigga, you getting old. You ain't strong enough. I don't want you. Goodbye. See ya. Show me where this is at in nature. And you know why you don't see it in nature? Because they're not mixing blood. That's why. I promise you that. That's the only reason. That's why I know biologists or botanists or, I can't even think of the individual that study animals anatomy. Or ones that study animals anatomy. I can't even think of their name. Don't worry, it'll come to me. They can't lie to me. They don't rap with him. You know what they waiting on? I want to see him do the video about the chromosomes and stuff. I want to see if he speak about the things that I be thinking about. I want to see if he's going to talk about the things that I already be questioning and thinking about. They do. I am. Don't get it twisted. I am. I'm getting back. I can feel it. I'm getting back. Y'all feel the energy in the videos over the last couple of days. I'm getting back. Yeah. Name something that's plaguing the black community spiritually, psychologically, and physically that doesn't go back to DNA. That we can nip it in the bud. DNA nips the shit in the bud. I mean, it ain't even no questions about once you go to DNA. It nips it directly in the bud. Vet, thank you. But it's another word. Those that do, hold up. I don't have no problem looking this shit up. The name of the scientist that studies animal anatomy.
According to vocabulary.com,
a zoologist.
Is a
yeah, a zoologist.
Zoologists are experts on everything about animals.
A zoologist. That's what I was with. Not a vet, a zoologist. I couldn't get it in my mind right away. But see, I don't have no problem. I look things up and I ask questions. Looking in the mirror. Yeah. You already know. Looking in the mirror don't go back to DNA. Yes, it do. Because you're projecting what you see. Yeah. And based off what was programmed to you. Most of our people look in the mirror and say they see ugly. That's why they get the makeup. That's why they get the eyeliner. That's why they get lashes. That's why they get the fake hair. That's why our brothers gotta get gotta have jewelry and shit like that, because you know what? They don't like the way they look. See a sister do what you would call a plastic surgery before a brother do a plastic surgery. So his plastic surgery is trying to get at $1 and wearing some fly ass clothes and some glasses over his face like Puff Daddy to try to cover up his own mental deficiencies. So yes, DNA. Hold up, Frankincense. I just asked. They try to hide our history, even though, yeah. Name anything anything that's plaguing us that doesn't goes back to DNA. Anything, everything. When it comes to education, our children goes back to genetics. How is another species teaching your children unless they're teaching them to be a slave for them? No, it's not. The blood types come from antigens. So it's not the blood type. Blood types come from antigens. I'm going to do that too. I know people. I'm just getting my fuel, getting all my ducks in a row, because I'm going to do chromosome and blood types. I'm going to do that. They fucking with my video collide. I know. You ain't got to tell me. My tongue ain't going to get bored. What I was telling everybody when I was on here and the shit took place with my leg. What I was telling everybody, that listen, I gotta get back to work. I gotta get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get back to work. Because I don't, even when my leg was broke, did y'all see me promoting this shit? Nobody take care of me. I gotta take care of myself. I didn't, what the fuck? I barely made it out of high school. What the fuck is y'all talking? I ain't making $10 million an hour. Let me put it, I'm the reality of life. Let's just put it to you like that. That's what it is. Because everybody that's lived on my block wanted to be millionaires as children. Everyone that lives in my neighborhood now that got houses and fucking kids and shit wanted to be millionaires, wanted to be football players, wanted to be models, wanted to be actresses. And look at where the fuck they at. In the same house looking like me. Square building. You know what I'm saying? Paying gas, electric, same shit as me. So we got to get that fantasy out of our mind and really look at reality for what it is. Yeah, but I didn't promote none of my shirts, and I appreciate people that did grab it, whatever the case may be. Thank you. You know what I mean? But I got to get back to work. Like, shit, fuck that. I understand the importance and how powerful it is for a man to be independent intellectually and independent financially. I totally understand that. What I mean by independent financially, that you don't go and put a burden on anyone else for you. You take care, you do your things yourself. People talk about, we got to be independent financially from the world, so you got to get a business. Who, how the fuck, that don't even, you're still going to be dependent upon the financial world. You just own a business. That's it. Just like I got to own a house instead of renting a house. When you own your house, you actually have more obligations as an owner than you do as a renter. But you say, I got equity in my home. Yeah, depending on who you are, most of us go beyond our means. So then we mess up our situation. But if you live in reality and be like, yo, listen, check this out. I want me a thorough, good looking ass nigga that's intellectually sharp, that's strong, that's independent, that got goals for himself. And his goals doesn't have to be him being a millionaire. But he can, when I sit down with him, does he have a plan for us and our children? That's what it is. Do he have a plan for us, for himself, and do he have a plan for his children if we do have children together? That's the thing. I'm not aging. Most of the people that wanted, look at most of the people that wanted to be millionaires, actresses, models, and rappers. Look at how they look as they age. Look at how they look. As they chasing something, they're losing something. See, I stopped chasing. And said, fuck that. And then I started gaining. Stop chasing. The reason why white people don't age when they chase money, because that's the dead chasing the dead. Excuse me, no disrespect. The reason why the eukaryotic cell doesn't look old chasing money, because that's the dead chasing the dead. That's the unnatural chasing the unnatural. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, Alexa and Siri and all that shit, you already under artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Something that is unnatural, artificial flavors, unnatural, that has intelligence. The nigga can say A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, lock your ass up, take this needle, take this drug. Artificial intelligence. That's what that is. Are we coming under artificial intelligence? Stop listening to these people and listen to you. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. This ain't about Kala. Fuck me. This is about us as individual and collectively as a species. Because there is someone that's going to come after me that's going to speak an even more powerful message. And he already doing it right now. Or she's already doing it right now. It don't have to be vernacular. It don't have to be on these platforms. We coming through. This is a whole new different wavelength. Just like you have different grades of grass and trees, you got different beacons of lights that's coming in different formats. The sun don't speak English, it don't speak Latin, it don't speak Spanish, it don't speak German. It speaks of frequency. Are you looking for a vernacular word or vernacular frequency to come to you in order for you to understand or get the call or hear the phone that's ringing in your motherfucking ear? I look at people be on some of these chats and like Clubhouse. They be on there for hours arguing back and forth about what's going on in Gambia, what's going on over. Listen, the reason why this is taking place, because black people are completely oblivious to genetics. Period. You are completely, and those that we have elected to put in a position that we believe that have our backs don't give a French toast about genetics and are bought because they think generational wealth will be in their families. And generational wealth will never work with us because we're the living and money is death. So it will never be passed down through generation. This is what we don't understand. I don't prescribe to death. Let's get that money, man. I want the children to have money. Nah, fuck that. I want my children to have knowledge of self. Because the ones that got the most power, the ones that really run this show, don't even use money. Show me the dollar bill Jacob Rothschild pull out his motherfucking pocket. Show me the $100 bill he used. Show me the credit card that nigga swipe. I bet you never even seen that nigga pull out a credit card. He don't even pull out identification. Fuck is y'all talking about? He don't even pull out ID. What the fuck? They don't even live off money. They live off ignorance. Jacob Rothschild, that fake royal family, the Bilderbergs, BlackRock, all of them. Every last one of them. They don't even live off money. They telling you, oh, these are billionaire companies. Just to keep you in a slip, the monitor, that's a billionaire. Nigga, they don't live off no money. When they go from place to place, that shit is already set up. That's a lie. Oh, Elon Musk, billionaire. He just bought Twitter for $40 billion. That shit's made up, bro. Where did he come from? Where did he get his money? Do you know a nigga can sit in a room right now and literally hit a button and put trillions of dollars in somebody's account? And then you wake up the next day and be like, this is a trillion. How he became a trillionaire? And then next thing you know, fabricate his whole history. They show you this shit through the movies, man. And we sit there and think, oh, Kalai, he's lying. Kalai is lying. He's just fabricating this shit. They just making this shit up. Man, that shit don't be happening in real life. You lost your mind. Half of these motherfucking billionaires and white blue eye and white blue-eyed male and female actresses and actors. Y'all don't even know where the fuck they came from. Half of these female white music artists, y'all don't even know where the fuck they came from. And now some of the black ones, y'all even been questioning them. How the fuck Sexy Brown just pop up? Yeah, scared. Oh, what the fuck? Where the fuck she come from? And then for her to make it so big, rapping about literally the exploitation of black women sexually, and got our babies listening to that shit. Are we out of our mind? Are we really? Let the dead bury the dead. Those that have an eye to see, you will see. You already see. I just loaded a video up just now. I recorded the sky, stripped the light from it. Look at the sun on a fucking tilt. This is fucking crazy. And people are like, oh, it's just another day. It's crazy. Literally crazy. Oh, the moon is rotating in the sky. Look at the motherfucker upside down. It looked like he got a baseball cap on. Have you ever seen the moon look crescent or whatever shade people be trying to correct me it's in right now with a cap on the top? The nigga look like Adam Beasy. Yo, let me get the fuck off of here, man. The nigga look like Adam Beasy, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, where the fuck this nigga? He got a hat tilted to the side. You see the whole part lit up, and then you see a whole half of some shit. You're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's just the moon. Oh, really? Check. All right, not a problem. Check. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, man. You see shit, them over like two moons sitting there. It's one black and the other one crescent. And you sitting there and you're like, nigga, that look like something round sitting in front of the moon. That's what it look like. Oh no, that's the moon. What are you talking about? Oh man, come on, man. That's why it's hotter at night than it is during the day sometimes. It'd be fucking 57 degrees during the day here in Philly. And then at nighttime, 12 o'clock at night, it fucking... And then you know what's so sick about what's going on over here with the weather we ain't even paying attention to? That it's cooler during the day when the sun is risen. And then at night, where it's supposed to be a little breeze and the temperature's supposed to drop, it's warm. I'm like, why the fuck? I'm like, it's hot. The sun is... Let me turn this shit down. What's going on here? Oh, no, Kalai, you know what? You're out of your mind, Kalai. You're the only one that is experiencing that. You're the only one that's seeing that. I'm going to send a message to Instagram so that way that you can get checked out. There is something wrong with that guy. All right, man, it's cool. I have my laughs on here. Apparently, Instagram is up to his bull crap again. Because I'm never going to come up on here and not go back. I'm always going to go with neurology. I'm going to go with genetics, chromosomes, neurology, chemistry, genetics. I'm always going to go right there. Point blank and simple. All my subjects are going to be, even with psychology, point blank and simple. All of it. No more shitting around. Star seeds. Listen, if you listening to my videos, everything that I'm saying, I have asked plenty of questions regarding autosomal chromosomes, regarding why do we go from haploids to diploids. I have asked plenty of questions. Not one video that I can search for on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok that have explained and told me that I was fucking wrong about what I am stating. So now I have to ask you that now what I'm saying to you, Star Seeds, that should say to you, then why are we living the way that we are living? Not one. So you should ask those. That's a definite question that you should ask. And more importantly, how did we get in this situation? When we dealing with a group of species that couldn't make fire to stay warm, by the way, You understand what I'm saying to you? And they like the cold. So to be honest with you, but they only need a little bit warm because a lot of them was freezing to death. They didn't know how to make shelter. They didn't even know how to break some sticks down and build a tree house. They didn't know how to do none of that. They didn't know how to do nothing. They didn't know nothing about combing their hair or none of that. Like, for example, and I'm not being disrespectful, so that way we can be on the same page. This is all, I'm just using animals to regard when it comes to science. When you look at certain animals, like, for example, when you look at dogs cannot keep ticks and fleas off of them. They need to have something coated to their fur or embedded inside of their bloodstream that is emitting something through their skin and their fur that stops them from attaching themselves, and lice. Thank you. And lice from attaching themselves to it. They can't stop that. So y'all, at one point in time, the shit that was going on with them, they got so used to it, it was like it was nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when we saw them, we like, yo, you got missing, your whole patch of your hair is missing because you got lice there. You understand what I'm saying? Or you got wingworms in your hair. This is where all of this come from. Wingworms. Where do wingworms come from? The worm genetic. The genetic worm. How many black people have wingworms and shit? Because you have antigens on your blood. Animal antigens. This is why. Our sicknesses and diseases come from the foods and shit that we are eating. And our birth abnormalities come from the foods, the poisons that are being placed inside of our bodies. If we didn't do none of the shit that Western culture was giving us, if we ate fruits and vegetables and sat out in the sun all day, none of us would be sick. And hold on. And we only had sex with each other. So let me make this very clear. Women, if we was only us black people sleeping with black people, you would never have an STD. You know, the only thing that will fuck you up is the fact that you have different energetic signatures from different men. And at some point in time, that will start to break you down psychologically. That's it. The same thing that's happening right now. Other than that, we wouldn't have no diseases. Our children wouldn't be born with birth abnormalities. None of that. ADHD, none of that shit will exist. None of it. Now, let me just say this to you. With them, there's no guarantee. So every time when they lay down and have sex, there is a possibility that their baby could be born with a birth defect. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And they keep it away from us. So let me ask you a question, black woman. And this is being real. If you looked around, and remember I told you, animals in nature can sense this. And they don't procreate with the weak. So if you looked around and you say, damn, this nigga look good. You understand what I'm saying? Me and him doing our thing, just that and the third. But there is a possibility that me and you have sex, that your baby can come out with neurological issues. Learning disabilities. Nerve problems, damaged dead nerves to the point it can't move his leg or feet, or gene trap sequence. When a gene get trapped inside of the molecule that's making the cell. When a gene is inside the molecule making a cell and two molecules get trapped amongst each other and they don't split properly. And the feet doesn't cut down the middle and you have what you call mermaid feet. Get off of this joint, Kala. Now, would you lay there with me and be like, yo, like, so you telling me a woman wouldn't even want to get pregnant? Why would you even want to get pregnant? Knowing that's a possibility that can happen each and every time. Just because you see somebody like, for example, and I'm just using him. Let's say Brad Pitt, for example. Just because you see, matter of fact, let's not even use Brad Pitt. Let's just use one of these psychopath French toast people like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, when you looked at him, he didn't look like a serial killer. He walked around like a blue collar person. And just because he have all his scrabbles about his scruples about him, and you think he got his scruples because you're speaking on their level. We dimmed ourselves down to their level. So we think he got his scruples. Not know that he's got to be missing something mentally inside of his chromosome that got him to the point where though he can't even tame his urges, that he able to rape and kill and murder. So just because you see them walking around normal don't mean their psychological state is good. See, their physiology is one thing and then their psychologically is another. This why they go hand in hand. I keep telling you this. Oh, you think the nigga that's walking around you think the eukaryotic cell that's on a short school bus like this because he got some mental issues or neurological issues with his brain, you think he's the issue. He's not the fucking issue. It's the nigga in the suit. It's the nigga in the fucking shirt and tie. He is worse than the nigga that need help. Who you think more of a threat to you? The nigga that having neurological problems? That need assistance through life? Or the fucking blue-eye eukaryotic cell that believe it's natural to the planet? And will do anything within its power to prove its existence? Will do anything, even murder you. I mean, listen, man, I told y'all I'm back, man. I told y'all I'm back. I told y'all I'm back. I told y'all I'm back, man. I value my people. I appreciate y'all, man. I value. I listen, and all the and the ones that come in here that, let me hold up. Commercial break. Anybody that needs to be blocked, come on, y'all. Y'all know I trust the people. You know how I trust them. I know who to trust. Anybody that needs to be blocked. Anybody that needs to be blocked. Come on, there we go. Anyone that needs to be blocked. I don't deal with viruses and diseases. See, in order for a virus viruses and diseases are not even considered to be alive. They need to attach themselves to something that is living in order for them to exist. So I can block you the French toast out of here. Cause you ain't coming with nothing. All right, we good. We back. So listen, my people, I value and I appreciate y'all. I sincerely do. But I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna ask the question. And now somebody gonna write me a long paragraph. You know what I'm saying? That's a fake account. But no, they're not. No, I don't know they're not. Not on this subject. Not on this subject. Anything that goes on with the so-called black people on this planet that is stopping us from spiritual growth, intellectually growth, and physical growth that doesn't go back to DNA. Everything. And DNA nips it directly in the bud. Everything. So when they talk about what is owed to so-called black people, nobody owes us anything. To be truthful and honest with you. Nobody owes us anything. We allowed you to do this to us. So how do you owe us anything? Now I'm going to tell you what you're going to pay up for the abuse of children. Just so that you know, you will pay for the abuse of children. Psychologically and physically. So I value each and every last one of y'all, my brothers and sisters. Abundance to y'all. Each one reach one. Y'all already know how I feel about that. I really believe that we all have a piece of this puzzle. It's inside of our hearts. You have to have a heart. You understand? You have to have the universal soul in order for you to really tap into this frequency. This ain't shit. Let me tell you something. People tell you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Listen, man, have a genuine universal heart. That doesn't mean be a coward. You let a motherfucker talk to you disrespectful, you better deal with that person. You don't have to deal with them physically, but you could deal with them intellectually. And then if it comes to physically, then you deal with them. But you have to have a universal heart, a soul, not just for self, but for your entirety of your people. Seriously. And I can say that, man, listen, it's not about self. This world teaches you for self. That's all it is. And the people that buy into self, those are the ones that will be salty. That's all I'm going to say. Salty that you was that selfish. Abundance and gratitude to you all, woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light, each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalab Amunra, God gene for life. Sunblood, sunblood, sunblood. I am not black. It's not about one love. It's about whole love, peace, abundance. UV index on what? Melanoma, melanoma.